This weekend, I'm taking a break from the home improvement projects, bringing you out into the woods. Toby and I are really looking forward to this. It's after Labor Day weekend, so I'm hoping we can find a place in the state forest, but it is a beautiful weekend, and it wouldn't surprise me if there's people out here. Let's park right here, walk down this trail. There's a campsite back here. We'll see if anybody's home. I brought you here once before. It's a beautiful spot, so I wouldn't be surprised if someone's already got to it. We'll go check it out. These branches are hanging a lot lower than they were last year. Oh yeah, check this out. Perfect. We're gonna go a full send right through these trees. Last time we were here, it was winter, so no leaves on the trees or anything. This doesn't even look like the same spot. I think I'll get the truck turned around, but I'll show you what the place looks like. Come on, Toby. We've got a fire ring, picnic table, and an absolutely beautiful lake. This is gonna be a good weekend. It don't get better than this. Let's go check out the lake. First thing I'm gonna do is turn this truck around. We'll get this camp set up. Some of these dispersed campsites in the middle of the state forest are more level than the established campgrounds I've been to. This will work all right. I'm not seeing much trash around here at all. I think I'm gonna get the picnic table moved and we'll be all set. I think the reason nobody steals these picnic tables is because they weigh like 400 pounds. That will be good. Feels so good to be back in the camper. I miss this thing. Boy, 2 weeks since we've made a video. It feels like forever. I'm glad to be taking a break though, finally getting back out in the woods. I told a lot of you that I've been working on the house and I got so many projects that I got to get done. Winter's coming soon and I've been putting off so much stuff for the last 3 years to make these videos. Are you glad to be out here, Toby? Yeah, I think he is. I think I'm gonna try and go on a walk yet tonight. Probably also start a fire. It's starting to feel like fall here in Minnesota. The nighttime temperature has been dipping into the 40s, and that's been taking away some of the mosquitoes. I'm just really looking forward to this fire tonight. What do you think, Toby? Is this a good spot? Yoink. It's about 60 degrees out right now, which is going to make for perfect sleeping weather tonight. I think that is going to be enough wood for the weekend. This weekend, we're just south of Remer in the Land O'Lakes State Forest. If you've been a long-time viewer, you may remember this place. This is the woods where I had some rocks thrown at me. I don't know what it was. I made a video last fall where I kind of talked a little bit about Bigfoot and what I believe in and what I don't believe in. And I'm just the type of person that, I gotta see it to believe it. But I don't know what was throwing rocks. That was a weird experience. I came out here hoping to replicate it and nothing happened. A lot of stories of Bigfoot come out of this forest right here. And I think it was the History Channel even had a show where they came in and talked with some of the locals about the experiences that they've had. This right here, this is where I had the rocks thrown at me. I was a little surprised with that video though. Some people got triggered. Within the first 2 minutes of them watching, they were leaving comments that they're unsubscribing because I'm talking foolishness. And then I think other people got upset because I said that myself personally, although I love the legend of Bigfoot, I kind of need a little bit more proof to know that he's out here. I don't know. One thing I do know is these forests, they hold things that we don't understand. I absolutely agree with that 100%. But is there a Bigfoot running around out here? I don't know about that. But I do know that there's a lot out here that I don't know. Check out this campsite. We're gonna have to come back and stay here one night. Looks like I was already out here with this fire ring. Someone did an awesome job. I think we can get the truck camper through here. An absolutely gorgeous night. This area here would be more of like ATVs pull up here and kind of have a group party camp. Something smells like dead fish over here. I wonder if it's this campfire. I watched some other Minnesota YouTubers and I've recognized Matt Tolbers at a campsite in this forest. And he's been there a couple of times. It's probably a quarter mile down this road. We'll walk down there and see. How cool would it be if he's there? It's a Friday night, he's not gonna be there. Check out this view, absolutely amazing. Well, let's check it out. Doubt anybody's here. I haven't heard anybody in the forest all weekend. No one's home. There's a number of us on YouTube that are representing Minnesota. It's kind of cool to see. I mean, you definitely don't have to go out to Colorado, Wyoming, Utah to enjoy tons of public land. We have it right here in Minnesota. It's pretty awesome. I'll admit we lack in mountains a little bit, but we make up for it in lakes and rivers. We're gonna head back to the camper. I gotta reevaluate if I'm gonna start that fire or not. Be honest, I'm pretty shot. The last couple of weeks working on the house have taken a toll on me. This is definitely a nice vacation to put that stuff behind me and get out in the woods here. But we got all day tomorrow. I think we'll start the fire up then. Tonight, we're just gonna go and relax a little bit. Enjoy the sunset. Man, is it beautiful out here. Good morning, Toby. A little chilly outside. We're gonna get some coffee started on the fire. Looking at the lake, I almost regret that I didn't bring the kayak with. I didn't think that I was gonna find a spot on the water this weekend. I didn't know what I was gonna find. It's usually the way it is. I leave Friday afternoons, we just drive. I didn't think I would find this. I wish I could stay out here for a couple of days. That always makes a good cup of coffee. Good news, I don't have my kayak, but I did bring my rod. There's a lot of weeds and I don't know how deep it is, but we'll try giving it a few casts. Maybe we'll get lucky. There's kind of a hole right out in the middle there. If I could get on top of the lily pads and come across the hole with this weedless frog, we might catch something. I think it might be too shallow up in here. If I had the kayak, I could get on the other side of the weeds. I think it was still worth a try. It's kind of surprising. I'm not hearing a lot of four-wheelers out there. There's one driving by now, but I haven't been hearing a lot. I figured I'd get this ready for later tonight. This smokeless fire pit is so much more efficient to cook on than an open fire pit. The flame lasts longer, I can get a better burn out of it, and we're going to be making smash burgers, so I need a really high temperature on the cast iron. This is going to work perfect. And then I still got enough wood left over for the campfire tonight. Remember a couple of weeks back I was going to make smash burgers on the cast iron, but the hamburger ended up spoiling. Well, tonight we're going to redeem ourselves. Super simple, nothing fancy. We're going to have some French fries in the air fryer. I got a little less than a pound of beef, which should give me like 5 hamburger patties. I've been doing a little bit of research on these things. There's actually a whole art form to making smash burgers. I've never made them before, and I've never had one, but man, they look good. I'm going to see if we can't get, like I said, 4 to 5. I think that will work perfect, and that's going to be left over. And what they call for is just smaller, lightly rolled balls. You don't want to pack them too much. That's probably good enough right there. So 5 patties out of a pound of a hamburger. It's a little over 3 ounces per patty. And what I read on the internet, and that sounds like it should be just about right. Let's go get the cast iron, put on the fire. We're going to let that heat up. We want it to get to about 500 degrees. These will take about 10 minutes. Ten seconds. Close enough. It's burning my arms. I'm gonna go a little bit of salt and some pepper. And it's super hot, that is for sure. It might even be too hot. I don't want to take it off too early. I want to make sure that that crust builds up on there. There is a triple, and there is a double. Oh yeah, that is what I'm talking about. If you haven't ever tried a smash burger, definitely try making them. Super easy, it goes super quick, but the crust on the hamburger is what really makes these things good. This one's awesome. This has to be one of the quickest and easiest meals I've made in the camper. I'll just finish cleaning up inside here, and we'll head outside, get that fire going. Looks like it's going to be another beautiful sunset. think I'm just gonna make a small fire. Toby's inside. He's been shaking out here. He's not used to this cold weather. I put shorts back on because I'm not used to warm weather. We'll get this fire going, and it'll be nice just to sit around for a little bit. I've really been looking forward to this time of year. I love the fall. This is when I like to be outside. There's no bugs. It's nice and cool. There is a problem though. I got some more news about my shoulder. It sounds like the surgery is going to be happening maybe a little bit sooner than we thought. If you don't know what I'm talking about with my shoulder, I'll just fill you in quick. So a couple of months ago, I went in and saw a doctor. Was having some issues with my shoulder. Kept locking up, and it's not always painful, but sometimes it's painful. Had a couple x-rays taken, some MRIs, and found out that there's nothing left of the shoulder. There's no cartilage. So the first surgeon wanted me to just take cortisone shots and then every year come in for an MRI to make sure that there was enough shoulder left to attach the new shoulder onto. I guess that was the way I was going to run it. A couple of weeks later, Mandy, Toby, and we decided to go down to the dock by my house. We were going to do some fishing. It was a hot day, and we just wanted to go chill out by the lake. I accidentally kicked my rod into the water. So no problem, I just jump in and get it. But that day, I sunk, and I started to panic, and my arm locked up. And I was kicking as hard as I could, and I'm a sinker, and I went right down to the bottom. I didn't know it was going to be so deep. Mandy was freaking out up on the dock, and I was able to paddle myself back into a point where I could stand up. Basically, Mandy said, enough is enough. We're not dealing with that shoulder. You're going in and you're going to get it taken care of. So I went and saw another surgeon, and this surgeon basically says there's no reason to put this off. You need to have it done. There's absolutely nothing you can do with that shoulder except have a total replacement. Now the question is when. He's saying tomorrow. I'm thinking that maybe we wait until like January, because I have health insurance through work. You guys know I work Monday through Friday. I'm a state employee. My deductible is going to start over at the beginning of the year. So why not wait till like January? That way I don't have deductibles for multiple years. So that's what I'm thinking. You'll have to let me know if maybe doing a couple live streams in January would be cool, because we might be a month or more without videos. And I really appreciate the last 2 weeks while I've been working on the house. Everybody's been going back and watching the older videos. So I haven't been like lost in the algorithm, but I think a month in January is gonna get me lost in the algorithm. So you guys have to let me know. Would a live stream be something you'd be interested in watching or talking with? I think that's the cool thing about the live stream, is that you're talking back and forth with you guys, and it's just a little bit more personal. So you have to let me know if that's something that you would like to see. Otherwise, we're just going to have to take a break in January. I don't like how that sounds. The good news is we got 3 months of some of the best camping coming up in Minnesota. I'm talking, we're going to see the leaves change colors. We're going to see some of the first snowfalls. We'll probably see some heavy snowfalls, freezing temperatures, and we might even be able to get out and do some ice fishing before I go have work done on the shoulder. It'll all be all right. I think I'm going to let this fire burn out and then go inside with Toby. He's up in my bed tonight. He's already cuddled up in the blankets. I'm going to have to get some new jackets for Toby. You remember this last spring, I always had a different jacket on him, and he likes his jackets. I know people said that it wasn't necessary, but it's like 45, 50 degrees out here, and he was just shaking. So I best get in there pretty soon, and we'll go to sleep. I'll see you in the morning. Got down in the mid-40s last night, but we stayed nice and warm in the camper. I've been running the furnace. When I woke up this morning, my batteries were at 11.8 volts. So I turned on the power station, charged them up. The power station was just about done with as well. So I ended up having to go outside to start the generator this morning for a little while. Made coffee, recharged the power station. In a little bit here, we're going to get heading out. I got to show you something pretty cool in this forest. This has been a good spot. This morning, Toby and I are on a mission to share a little bit of Minnesota history with you. We're going to check out the location of a fire tower that was built in this forest in 1937. It stands 110 feet tall. It's called the Ben Draper Fire Tower, and it's named after the gentleman that donated the land to the state. About 1990, they took it out of service. We'll see what's still there. It's a super easy walk to get here, but it's quite a ways away from the campsite. Unfortunately, they removed the steps. I bet it would have been a beautiful view. "80 years ago, someone would walk these steps every single day. The view from their office window must have been amazing. I wish I would have known that we were going to be coming here. I could have got a little bit more of the history on this place. But one thing we can say for sure, this is absolutely beautiful. It's a cool old fire tower. If you're ever in the Land O'Lakes State Forest, I definitely check it out. It's a super simple walk. Well, Toby and I, we got to get back to the camper. Tomorrow morning, it's back to work. You guys have been hanging out with us all weekend long. That's long enough. We'll do this again next week. Until then, be kind, be honest, and we'll see you down the road.